They were the greatest band of superhero hunters of all time, probably because they were superheroes themselves. Flight could fly faster than anyone. Strong, creatively named, could lift basically anything. Tank was bulletproof. They could all hide behind him and he could take any hit. And then there was Invis. Invis probably shouldn't have made it onto the team, but he was the last member and a formidable force of stealth, turning himself completely invisible. They had 42 confirmed superhero kills under their belt, and they were excited for another. But when they got their contract, Strong was apprehensive. I don't think we can do this one. Strong was the most depressed of the group, always underestimating their capabilities. Flight laughed. Dude, we've totally got this. It's just a single guy. He's not even in a city. He's alone. Here's what it said. Perfect man. Superpower. Makes things perfect. What does this even mean? Invis said. Makes things perfect. The Corp didn't give us a lot of info, but it is for 10 mil. What do you guys think? $10 million could go a long way. They needed another supercar for their ostentatious garage. All right, Invis says. What do you think? Strong nodded. Let's suit up. They suited up in a combination of superhero and black ops gear. The way they looked was terrifying, with matching skull masks resembling the Day of the Dead. They got into their jet and flew over to the woods where Perfect Man was presumed to be hiding. As Invis looked out the window, he thought about his life for the past year. He had gone from trying to make it as a superhero to now taking hits, and he didn't have anyone to blame but himself. Being a superhero didn't pay well, and, well, the guys were so great, and, to be honest, if somebody touched Invis, he was just as normal as everybody else. All he could do was mess with people's perception. That weighed on him. He wasn't strong or durable. He couldn't fly. He could just turn invisible. What was so great about being invisible anyway? When the jet landed, they were in smoky woods. You see him? Invis asked, going invisible. He should be around here, Strong said, scanning the area. Flight flew up high and pointed. There he is. He was sitting in a clearing, not even running from them, despite their terrifying-looking appearances. He had a deer and a wolf in the clearing next to him, and he smiled at them as they approached. So, you're here to kill me, Perfect Man said. Fantastic. Perfect Man was, well, perfect. He had perfect hair, a perfect smile, and a perfect red and blue superhero costume with a red cape. Even though Invis still didn't understand his power. What does making something perfect even look like? All right, we've got you surrounded, Strong said, with Tank and Flight on either side of him. It's nothing personal, but we gotta kill you. I understand, Perfect Man said. Before I go, do you mind if I show you something? No. Strong punched Perfect Man as hard as he could, sending him flying into the woods. The deer and the wolf scattered, leaving the clearing somehow grayer, more desolate. Is that it? Invis said. He walked over to the body, trudging closer and closer. Perfect Man lay perfectly still, as if he was a statue or something. Perfect Man turned his head, even though it didn't make any sense. So many bones in his body were broken. And he looked Invis right in the eyes. Invis lost control of his body. He grew 10 times the size that he was, stronger, faster, everything he had ever wanted for his life, every superpower he wanted. He suddenly turned on the guys, and he had no ability to stop himself before he grabbed Strong in his giant hand, holding him high above the woods, looking at him in the eyes. What are you doing, man? Strong said, trying to use his super strength to push out of it, but Invis couldn't even do anything about it. He crushed Strong in his hand, sending blood spattering down onto the woods below. Flight flew up and tried to shoot at Invis, but Invis just looked at them and smiled. Suddenly, Flight's eyes glowed blue as well, and he flew down, attacking Tank with everything that he had. Tank could take any hit. Flight dogging down on him did nothing more than piss him off. Come on, man, Tank said. I don't want to do this. Tank punched Flight, sending him flying down into the clearing right next to Mr. Perfect. Perfect Man looked like he hadn't even been touched, even though every bone had been broken. He looked down at Tank in the eyes and smiled. Tank screamed a terrified scream and then started clawing at his eyes. He couldn't possibly believe what happened. What's the matter? Perfect Man said. I'm just making you the way you want to be. Is that so bad? Ugh. Tank screamed in agony and horror, and before Invis knew what he was doing, he stepped on him with his giant foot. That's enough, Perfect Man said. And Invis shrunk down, standing right next to Perfect Man. He still had no control over his body, but he felt the strength coursing through his body, as if the strong and the durable people that he had just killed became a part of him. So, do you want to take the last one? Perfect Man said, smiling. Or have you had enough of your little fantasy? Fantasy? Invis said. What are you talking about? This is what you wanted, isn't it? Perfect Man said. To be stronger than the other guys? To kill them? Show them what you're made of? What do you think? You want to kill Flight too? No, Invis said. I didn't want to kill any of them. I didn't... Then why were you killing superheroes, Invis? Perfect Man said. His perfect eyes pierced Invis's gaze, and Invis couldn't live with himself. Is this why Tank was screaming? Perfect Man said. Maybe. I don't really understand how my powers work. But Flight seems to be flying away. If you let him go, he'll survive. What do you think? Should we let him keep killing other superheroes? Or is he kind of just a mess on his own, just like you? Shut up, Invis said. Invis tried to use his newfound strength to grab Perfect Man, but somehow he couldn't. Perfect Man chuckled. All you people are the same. As if money and power are things that even matter anymore. Oh well, Perfect Man said. He sat down. The animal should come back eventually. What do you think? Why do they want to get rid of you? Invis said, struggling to move even an inch. For the same reason that humans always destroy perfect things, Perfect Man said, smiling. Because as soon as you see something perfect, you're reminded of just how inadequate you are. Hey, don't blame me. I didn't ask for these powers. Invis thought about it. Then he realized. Then all he could do was scream. The members of the Grey Corporation were not happy. Flight was panting, covered in blood. I can't do it, he said. We already paid you, the representative said. I don't care. I'm not going after him. The members of the corporation gave each other a look, then shrugged. What if we bring him onto our side? At the head of the table, a brooding CEO made eye contact with the representative, then nodded. Invis wanted to move, but he couldn't. He couldn't even see anymore or feel anything but the slight suggestion of the sun on his leaves, growing in a long-term sense. He felt the touch of the thing that made him this way against his chest. From far away, Perfect Man laughed. Nobody asked me why I live in a forest. I think it's because I like to live next to the things that I made perfect. I guess I'm just an artist without a paintbrush. Perfect Man chuckled, walking further and further away. And Invis tried to adjust, but he couldn't. He tried to scream, but he couldn't. Because Invis wasn't a person anymore. He was just a tree.